Yeah, good morning all. Last two classes we discussed about the black one and black two. In black one, we discussed about the introduction of the cost accounting and cost accounting objectives and cost accounting functions and cost accounting was differences between the cost accounting and financial accounting and other accounting management accounting. These all are we covered in the unit one and black one. In black two, we covered about the inventory management. So inventory management, what is the meaning of inventory management? What are the calculations of various stock levels and what are the price issuing methods? That all are we discussed in the black two. Now black three talks about the labor. Actually, in the first unit already in the first black we discussed about the elements of cost also. Elements of cost we classified into three categories, that is material, labor, and other expenses. Again, the material we classified into two categories, direct expenses and direct materials and indirect materials. Labor also second elements of the cost accounting. This labor also we classified into two categories, direct labor and indirect labor. Today we are talking about the labor, the calculation of methods of remuneration and incentives of the labor. So remuneration means what? Whatever the service rendered by the workers, for that whatever amount we are going to pay to him, so that is the remuneration for him. So that the payment of remunerations also there are different methods we are going to follow that. Okay. For example, time rate system, piece rate system, and inventories, incentive wage rate systems. So what is the meaning of time rate system? What is the meaning of piece rate system? What is the meaning of incentive system? So that all that we are going to learn in the black three. See, for example, you are an employee, you are working in some office. So generally the payment they are going to pay the consolidated method. It means what? Per monthly basis. Okay, there is fine. Sometimes some of the companies they are going to pay based on their whatever the work done by the employees. So based on that they are going to do. For example, if they given some work according to piece wise and item wise, so per item how much whatever how many number of items you completed per item you are going to be received. So there is a difference between time rate system and piece rate system. Let us discuss about the first one is the time rate system. So time rate system means what? Per time, they're going to fix the remuneration. Okay, it may be hourly basis or it may be weekly basis or it may be monthly basis. So they are not going to bother about the production, what you're doing. But per hour, how much they are going to be given for that, whatever the work per hours you taken for that completion of that work, hourly basis they are going to be give. For example, here there is a example is there. A worker works for the 8 hours. Participants, two participants. Yeah. Hello. Is it audible? Hello. Jainab.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just now you had joined. Okay. Now today we are going to discuss about the black three. Is it clear? Labor cost and meaning and control and methods of remuneration incentives we are going to discuss. Is it clear? So already we discussed that labor cost concept. Labors also we classified into direct labor and indirect labor. Direct labor means what? Those who are working in the production area, whatever the labor we are going to identify traceable in that direct production, they are called as a direct labors. Indirect labors means what? They are the other than direct labors, which those labors we are not able to traceable, they are called as a indirect labors. Overtime means what? When the labor is work more than uh, what he assigned that hours. When the labor is works more than the actual hours, that is called as a over hours. Okay, overtime. Okay, overtime, what is the reason for the overtime? Rush orders. See, when you have a demand more, when the productivity is very less, employees need to work more. Okay, seasonal nature of the industry. So particular season, that particular products are more demand. So that to meet the demand, we are going to produce the more. So that we are going to work the more. And lack of supervision. Sometimes in normal hours, the in normal hours, employees laborers will not work properly. So when there is a no supervision, generally, if they work overtime, they will get the additional money. For that reason, also they are going to work the. That is the one of the causes to work as a overtime, and miscellaneous causes. So break down the machinery. See, in normal working hours, there is a problem in the production area, maybe break down the machinery and power failure and sickness, something. So to meet the current demand, we are going to work the overtime. So that is the overtime causes for the overtime. Okay, labor turnover. Yeah, what is the meaning of labor turnover? Oh, sorry, wait. Treatment of overtime premium cost accounting. See, directly we are going to take the cost method and overhead method. So treatment of overtime premiums, we calculated the direct cost method and overcost method. While explaining the problems, I'm going to explain. Next one is the idle time. What is the meaning of idle time? So idle time means, what is the meaning of idle time? So idle time means the time which we are not able to use properly in normal hours, whatever the normal working hours is there, when you're not utilizing that, so when you are going to waste that time, it is called as a idle time. Is it clear? See, idle time is very crucial factor for the manufacturing management as well as cost accounting. Okay. So idle time means what? Total time spent by the work hours and actual time spent by the production. See, actually, in the companies, they are going to allow the work in the production area 8 hours. If you work only 4 hours, so remaining 4 hours is going to be waste. So that is called as a idle time. So idle time means we can say that unproductivity time. So whatever time we spent in the production area without doing anything. So that is also idle time. The causes of idle time can be grouped under the various classified normal and abnormal or controllable and non uncontrollable. So avoidable and unavoidable, administrative and economic. These causes classified into two wise causes of normal idle time, cause and abnormal idle time. So normal idle time means what? Normal ideal time inherent all the jobs including those which are performed on the most of sophisticated automatic machines. It is regularly mainly due to the following unavoidable reasons. This normal ideal time also we called as a uncontrollable and unavoidable ideal time. So the time taken by the worker from the gate factory is short. See, generally we have to work 8 hours, for example. So the production area, it is very far to your gate. To reach that area, almost you are going to spend 30 minutes, for example. So 30 minutes for going, 30 minutes for coming. So that 1 hour is going to be waste. It cannot be avoidable. And waiting time for the changing of job machines. So when you are moving from one job to another job also, that is time taken receive the instruction from the foreman and other superiors. See, sometimes we are going to work on the order basis of our superiors. So to take the instruction from him, whatever time we spend, that all are normal ideal time. And tea breaks, lunch break, personal needs, these all are we are not able to control, unable to control also, unavoidable cost also, unable time also. So whatever the time we spend for this without any productivity for this purpose, whatever we are going to spend, that is all are we treated as a normal ideal time. And abnormal ideal time. Abnormal ideal time means what? See, A abnormal ideal time is one which occurs over and above normal ideal time, which has been recognized fixing the time standards. Abnormal ideal time is result of the following avoidable situations. See, there is a power failure. Because of power failure, the productivity is going to be stopped. So when you stop the productivity, what will happen? When there is no power, automatically production is going to be stopped. So automatically it is a very problem for that us. So, and breakdown of the plant because of some technical issue, when we are not able to use the machineries, so that is also right. So next one, irregular flow of material. See, lack of material, fault production planning, based supervision, strike and lockouts, accidents, fires, floods, earthquakes. So excuse automated. These all are we called as a abnormal idle times. Okay. So these are the abnormal idle time and normal idle time. So now one more important is the treatment of abnormal idle time. We are going to calculate overhead method and costing profit or loss accounting method. So you go through that. We have a separate chapter to discuss overhead method. In that, I'm going to talk about the overhead method. Now let us discuss about the labor turnover. So labor turnover means what? It is a notional problem of every country and lead to high cost and low productivity. So it is very common that workers frequently changes their jobs promoted by the social and economical factors like seeking the better perspective of the better environment. The rate at which changes takes the place is known as a labor turnover. Labor turnover can be defined as the ratio of number of workers leaving the factory during the period, average number of the workers employment during the same period. It is also defined that engagements and losses in the labor forces relating to the total number of employed. So labor turnover, to calculation of labor turnover, we are going to use the formula that uh, that labor turnover ratio is equal to number of workers replaced during the period and average number of workers in the period. Average number of the workers in the period. So that is we are going to use the calculation of labor turnover ratio. Is it clear? Right. Causes of labor turnover. See, there are two causes, avoidable causes and unavoidable causes. Avoidable causes means what? Bad working conditions, lack of job satisfaction, unhappy relation with the superior and colleagues, and injustice in promotion, dissatisfaction with the remuneration, dissatisfaction with the hours of work, improper placement and organization, lack of foresight and manpower planning, and other factors like inadequate training and facilities, lack of protection against the accidents. These all are avoidable causes. See, if you provide better options to the student, better options to the laborers, you can avoid these causes. But avoid unavoidable causes, we cannot avoid, we cannot control also. So personal and physical factors and economical social factors, death or retirement, unsuitable climate, illness and accidents. So some of the unconditionally factors which we are not able to avoid. So that all the factors we are going to be discuss here, and irregular flows of material and fault production planning and strike and lockouts, accident fires, floods, these all are unavoidable. Okay. And treatment of abnormal ideal time. Oh, this is also we calculate. Sorry. Yeah. These all are avoidable causes and unavoidable causes of the labor turnovers. Okay. Now measurement of labor turnover. See, labor turnovers, we calculated separation rate method and replacement rate method. Okay. Fluxy rate method. Separation rate method, we are going to consider number of workers left during the period and our average number of workers during the period. Okay. Average number of workers, average number of workers we need to calculate that number of workers beginning the period and end of the period average by 2. So average number of workers we are going to get. And replacement rate with the help of this formula, we can calculate that separate rate method. And replacement rate method, labor turnover is equal to number of replacement in the period and average number of workers in the period. So same this average number of workers we are going to use here also. But here replacement rate method, only the candidate, the laborers, how many we replaced in that particular period, we are going to take. And next one is the labor turnover according to flex rate method. Number of workers left, number of workers are replaced. So here both we are going to take and average number of workers we are going to consider. So these are the problems you have to follow that. It is very simple and very easy methods to calculation of measurement of labor turnover. Is it clear? And number of workers. Here this is very clear. This is very easy. And you go through once that according to that labors. And next one is the, yeah, whatever the glossary is there, that meanings you can read before going to the examination. It will help to write the short questions. Next one is the methods of remuneration. Generally, remuneration means whatever the service taken from the labor for the rendering of his service, for taking of his service, certain benefit we are going to pay. So that benefit is nothing but a remuneration. This remuneration we are going to pay the two methods, time rate system and piece rate system and incentives. So generally this piece rate system, whatever it is there, the incentives method also part of this piece rate system only. Now, let us talk about the time rate. Yeah. Before discussion of the time rate system, we need to discuss about the essentials of good wage system. The wage system it need to be consist the simplicity and fair to employer and employee and granted by minimum wages, incentives to work, quality output, and certainty and uniformity and distinction between skilled and unskilled workers and comfortable conformity with local and national labor, minimization of labor turnover, adjustment of piece changes, flexibility. These all the factors, these all the features need to consider for the essentials of good wage system. Now, now, methods of remuneration. First method is time rate system. In this method, we are going to consider two factors, that is time and rate. What is the number of hours the labor is working? Per hour rate is how much we are paying. That only we are going to consider. If you observe here, one example is there. If you observe here, a worker works for the 8 hours in a day and hourly rate is 25. Then the amount of the wages would be come to the 2000. Simply how it is working, 8 hours is working, per hour is receiving 2.50, 250 rupees. 8 into 250 rupees is the total amount is going to be received. Okay. So that is the example of the time rate system. Here one more example also there. That is, there is a lot of advantage and disadvantages also there. You go through once according to your material. Here I'm explaining second unit, that is illustration 2, second problem. From the following data, prepare the statement showing the cost per day of 8 hours engaging the particular time. See, monthly salary is equal to 1000 rupees and leave salary payable to the workman 5%, employer contribution to for provident fund 8% of salary A and B. So in his salary, monthly salary and leave salary payable workman, this both are included to calculation of provident fund. Employer contribution is state insurance 3% and pro rata expenditure and amenities of two laborers 130 per head per month and number of workers in the month 180. So number of workers, number of working hours in the month, 180 hours. See, what they are asking, determine following the data, prepare the statement showing the cost per day for 8 hours engaging the particular type of labor. Okay, right. See, monthly how much they are going to get? 1000 rupees. And leave salary payable at workman 5%. 1000 into 5%. So on his salary 5% leave salary is also providing. That is 50 rupees. Employee contribution of provident fund. So total employer contribution on is receiving total salary is going to be calculated. So 1000 is monthly salary. Leave sal payable is equal to 5 rupees, 5%. that is 1050 is the total. 8% of the provident fund, that is 84 rupees. So, and also employer contribution for the state insurance scheme. So on 1050, 3%, that is 31 rupees. Amenities to labor already direct per head per month they given 130 rupees. Total cost is equal to 1295.50 rupees they're receiving. And this labor cost per hour is equal to how much? So this is the monthly hours. Okay. Monthly, how many hours is working? 180 hours. Monthly total amount of per month is equal to how much? 1295. So 1295 divided by total number of hours in that particular month, that is per hour cost is equal to 7.20. So here labor cost per day, if the employees work, generally this 7.20 is the per hour rate. So when employee is working 8 hours normally, 7.2 rupees into 8 hours per day is equal to 57.60 rupees is going to get. So this problem talks about the splitting of the cost per hour. Next one is the piece rate system. Piece rate system or payment rate system talks about the, so here labor will get piece wise and item wise, whatever number of pieces is going to prepare, whatever number of items is going to prepare, that per cost piece already decided, that per cost piece they are going to be received. For example, I given one order, there are I given one order, that is 4 pieces to manufacture. Per piece I am going to give 100. If he work 4 pieces, piece per per piece is equal to 100. He prepared 4 pieces. So 4 into 100, 400 rupees is going to get. Okay. Here also straight piece method is there and piece rate system is there. Piece rate guaranteed rate is there. Differential piece rate system is there. Okay. So here straight piece means what? Simple. Direct number of units into rate per hour you can take. So that is the standard. And next one is the whether payment made on the basis of standard hours rates. Standard hours and rate per standard rate per hour. So this is go through words. This is that much not difficult. You are able to understand when you go through your material. See, differential pay rate system. This is the very important topic. And differential pay rate system. Here we are going to consider the efficient of the workers are paid wages at higher and inefficient workers lower. Inefficient workers they are going to receive the lower rate. So differential piece rate system means based on purely employee performance and labor performance only we are going to pay. So according to this differential piece rate system, we are going to follow that Taylor differential piece rate system and Merrick differential piece rate system. First calculation before payment of the remuneration, we are going to calculate the efficiency of the labor. Is it clear? Efficiency of the labor. So what is that efficiency? How they are going to calculate is important. So problematic I am going to explain. That is first one is the Taylor's and other essentials also. Here, some of the principles incentive wages placed discussed the below. This also row one premium, also premium, Taylor differential piece rate system, Merrick piece rate system. Let us discuss one by one. See, first one is what? Also premium system. Also premium system we are going to calculate. Also yeah. Also premium system, we are with the help of this following formula, we are going to be calculate. That is here, E for earnings. Earnings is equal to time into rate plus standard time allowed and actual time taken by 2 into rate. So this is the formula which we are going to use for the calculation of also premium plan. Okay. Right. Here one problem is they given. One problem they given. We are going to discuss that. Right. See, the time allowed 20 hours and hours rate is equal to 4 rupees. Time taken is equal to 12 hours. See, according to this information, we have to calculate row one premium plan. Okay. So row one premium plan is equal to what? Simply earnings is equal to time into rate. Time is equal to how much they taken? 12 hours he taken. Per hourly rate is equal to how much? 12 rupees, 12 hours into per hour is equal to 4. Generally, 12 into 4, 48 rupees he is going to get. But here, actually time we given 20 hours, but he taken only 12 hours. He saved 8 hours for us. Okay. So that 8 hours also he saved. So that 8 hours is whatever number of hours he saved, that is benefit for company as well as employee also. So when he is working in 12 hours, his produced his work is completed. If he taken another 8 hours also, the productivity will be increased. Okay, we given to come to completion of the task 12 hours, but he completed within the 12 hours instead of 20 hours. So whatever 8 hours is there, additionally is going to be work that will help to increase our productivity. So here already 48 is the his remuneration, but he is saving our company time also. For that 12, how many hours is saved? 12 S means standard time, allowed time. 12 minus 20 minus 12. That is 8 hours is saved. Okay. And total 20. Out of 20 hours, 8 hours is saved. What is the proportion of 8 hours? So almost he saved 30% of the time. So for that, we are going to pay additionally amount. So for example, I am using calculator. Here, 8 by 20, almost 40% of the time he saved. Is it clear? 60% only used. That remaining 40% extra benefit, it is the company. So for the 8 hours, we are going to give the incentives. That is, whatever that 12 into what is the time taken? 12 into 4. That is 48. Out of that 48 rupees, again, extra we are going to pay, that is 40%. So 40% means what? Almost out of this 48 rupees is equal to total 100%. Out of 48, 40% additionally is worked for us. So remaining 19 rupees is premium. 48 is the actual amount, premium is the 90. Total is going to receive 67.20 rupees. So per hour, how much is getting? Actually, we paid 4 rupees. But within the total 12 hours, he is receiving 67.20. So that you can convert it into hours. Total rupees is 67 rupees by 12 hours is equal to almost 5 rupees is going to be received. So this is the incentive. So here what you understand? Simply allowed time is equal to how much? Actual time how much he taken? What is the saving time? That on saving time we are going to give the incentives. This is the one method. This is the row one. Next one, wholesale premium. Sorry, I explained row one premium. Wholesale premium. Yeah, let us see that wholesale premium. See, same problem we are going to explain. This problem we are going to see here to give the premium in row one, we taken total standard time to calculate the is incentives. But whereas when you're coming to the calculation of uh, wholesale, sorry, when you're using that calculation of wholesale, simply here only we are going. This is all are same. Here we are going to take percentage. Generally, whatever time saved, instead of total time, we are going to take 50% of incentives we are going to give. So simply here you can give 12 into 4, 48 as usual. Okay, that 48 plus whatever time is saved, 12, yes, what is that? 12, 20 minus 12, that is 8 hours is saved. For this 8 hours, 50% of money we are going to pay. Okay, that is whatever the actual amount is there. That is 8% means into 12 into 4. So total that is 48. 50% means again how much? This is 4 hours. Okay, that 4 hours be taken. Sorry. So whatever amount is there, 8 hours formula is what? 50% of, yeah, here remember this. Whatever this is there, 48 hours is already worked 4 hours extra. Total 8 hours is worked 8 hours with 50% into per hour rate into what is that? Rate. So total out of 8 hours is working 50% means that is 4 hours. 4 hours into rate is equal to how much? 4 rupees. So 4 into 4, 16 rupees. 48 plus 16 is equal to 64 rupees is going to be received. As per ALSE premium, ALSE is going to receive the 54 rupees. But as per row 1 is going to receive the 67 rupees. Let us discuss one more example of ALSE. Here, one problem is there. This is the first one already which we done. Next one, same problem. Workers' wage rate is 48 per day. 8 hours is working. Standard time allowed 56. See, actually, worker wages 48 rupees per day, 8 hours. If you take the our time rate system, what is the amount you are going to receive? Per hour, 48 into 8 hours. 8 into 48 rupees is going to receive. Okay. But here, next standard time is allowed 56 hours. Time taken to completion of work hours 48 hours. Calculate the wage per week. See, this is total information relating to the weekly information. Earnings is equal to time into hour 48 rupees per hour into rate is equal to 6 rupees. See, 48 hours, 48 is the rate they given. See, 48 per day they given. 48 by 8 hours means what? Per hour amount we are going to receive. Is it clear? So 6 rupees is the per hour rate. So if you take the 6 rupees per hour for 8 hours, 48 rupees you are going to be received. Is it clear? So here already they given 6 rupees per hour. So time taken how many hours? 48 hours, 6 rupees per hour. This 6 is I calculated like this. And total standard time is equal to how much? 56 allowed hours. Total time taken is equal to 48 hours. So here instead of 50%, here they given 2. Half of the hours. So standard time they taken 56. They given 56. 48. Total 8 hours is there. Standard saved hours is 8 hours. By 2, 4 hours only you are going to receive. So 4 into 6, 24 rupees. 24 into per hour is equal to 48 hours. 48 hours into 6 rupees per hour. Okay, 288 rupees, and incentive is the bonus is the 24. Total 312 rupees they are going to be received. He's here. According to row 1, here we are half of the amount we are not going to take in. If they're not given this percentage, directly in default you can take the 50%. Okay. So for example, according to row 1 plan, time into rate 48 per hour, 48 rupees per day into hours, rate per hour is equal to how much? 48 hours per week, 6 rupees per hour, that is 280 rupees. And 56 rupees is the standard time. Actual time taken is 48. He saved 8 hours. So 8 hours, what is the percentage of that 56 hours? So that 48 into rate, as per normal rate, this percentage we are going to calculate. That almost 14% he saved. That 14%, 288 rupees. 14% of 288 rupees, that is 41 rupees. Total 329 we taken. So according to row 1, 329 rupees labor will get. So this is the according to row 1. And next one is according to the Merrick, according to the Taylor's piece rate system, third system. So according to Taylor's system, the differential wage rates applied for the 90% and 120% piece rate. 90% of the incentives we are going to give and 120% we are going to give. When we are going to allow the 90%, when we are going to allow the 120%, simple. Whatever is efficiency, below the standard is there, 90% of the rate only we are going to pay. If the is efficiency above the standard, 120% we are going to be there. So what is the advantages? See, if you pay the incentives based on your employee performance, what will happen? Good workers can to motivated, and bad workers, when the unskilled workers, they are trying to reach the at least their targets. Here one problem is there, that is the following from the following particulars, calculate the wages earned by the workers A and B respectively under the Taylor rate system. Standard time allowed 20 units per hour and normal wage rate is 2 rupees per hour. The production in day 8 hours, 150 units B, 170 units, 150 units A, 150 units B. So here instead of explaining the solution, I need to explain the problem first only. See, here, total how many timing per hour? 20 units per hour. Okay. Normal rate per hour is equal to how much? 2 rupees per hour. So, per hour is doing unit wise, also we can calculate cost of labor. Okay. 20 units per hour per we are paying 2 rupees per hour rate. See, per unit is equal to how much? 2 rupees divided by 20 units. Okay. So 2 rupees per unit we can calculate. That is 2 divided by 20. 10 paise per unit we are going to give. 10 paise we are going to give if the produce. See here, this is the per unit cost. And one more thing is the production of the day 8 hours and 150 units A, 170 units by B. 8 hours. Generally, per hour, how many they are producing? 20 units into 8 hours. Total, how much they are going to produce? 160 units they are going to produce. Is it clear? 160 units they are going to produce. Okay. So here, this is the actually whatever the 160 is there, this is the standard output. Normally, labor can produce 160. So, but here, A how many produced? 150 only. So actually standard is 160, below standard, this one. But we given standard 160 here, B produced more than standard. So that what is the cost of the unit price? 10 paise. See, when the cost of 10 paise is there, when the below standard is productivity, how much we are going to pay? 90% only we are going to pay. So 90% means what? Uh, one 10, what is that? 90% means what? 90% of the piece rate is applicable. So 90 rate means with what? This whatever 10 paisa is there. The 10 paisa, 90 paisa we are going to calculate. So that is 150 hours into 0.10 into 90% of the money we are going to give. So that is totally almost 13.50 paise is going to be received. For example, 0.10 into 150. Right. So 10 paise 90% means equal to how much? 0.09 paise. 0.09 paise into 150 units. So 13.50 paise is going to receive. But whereas coming to the B is more than his target, more than his standard output. Actually, the standard output is standard output 160 only, but is crashed is standard output. So excess that time is going to receive the 120 rupees. So simple 170 hours 170 hours, okay, into payment point 10 paise, 120% we are going to give 120 by 100. Generally 100% is equal to 10 paise. 120 means what? Is going to receive almost 1.2 rupees extra. So 10 paise means 10 paise is equal to 100%. 120% means equal to how much? 0.10 into 0.120. 1.20 is going to receive. Okay. Into 170. 20.4. Here 10 paise. 120 divided by 100 is equal to 12. Okay. Instead of 10 paise is going to receive 12 paisa. 12 paisa is going to receive. Additionally, 2 paisa extra is going to receive. So that 12 paisa into 0.12 paisa. Number of units 0.12 into 170 units is equal to 20.40 paise is going to receive. So here the calculation, when your calculation differential wage rate system, according to FW Taylor, this is the very important factor. We have to check what is the standard hours, what is the normal hour, what is the is efficiency. Is above above the standard or below the standard? If the above the standard, 120% we are going to give. If the below the standard, 90% of the rate we are going to allow. This is the according to the FW Taylor incentive wage rate systems. So next one is next one is Merrick. Yeah. So according to FW Taylor, we classified below standard and above standard. Above standard 120%, 120% we given according to whatever rate is there, but below standard 90% we given. But here the standards also we classified here three categories. The percent of standard output up to 83% according to differential metric, up to 83% normal piece rate we are going to give, and above 83% and below 100%, 110% of normal piece rate we are going to give, and above 110%, 100%, 120% of we are going to give. Let us discuss one problem. Yeah, this one is the problem. See, question is what? Yeah, calculate wages amount under the following. Calculate wages under amount under the following. Standard output is equal to 200 units. Piece rate is equal to 10 paise. If the produce 160 units, if the produce 180 units, if the produce 220 units. See, this is the actual production. But standard production is equal to how much? 200 units. So now let us check what is the percentage of standard output which is covered. So out of one out of 200, he is produced A 160 only. 160 divided by 200 into 100. What is the percentage? 160, 200 is equal to 160 divided by 200, 80%. So A only 80% only covered. 80% means what? Up to 83%. Sorry. Up to 83% normal rate only is going to receive. So what is that? 160 into normal piece rate system 10 paise. So he is going to receive only, that is amount, whatever actual amount is paid, that only is going to receive. Okay. Next 180 units. 180 units means what? Here it is going to cover under the above 83% and below 100%. 160, 80. 180 means what? When 20 increase, automatically is below. Standard is equal to how much? 200 is equal to standard. Means here, it is there only 180. Means 90% is covered. 90% means what? From second point. So whatever rate is there, 10 paise, 110% normal piece rate system we are going to give. And third case is what? 220 units. Actually, normal standard output is 200, but is more than is standard. So that he is going to receive the 120%. So according to that, he is going to receive the money. See, case 2, 180 units, 90%. So 90% means what? 90 into 110 by 100 and 10 paise. That 9.9 rupees is going to receive. This is the 110% is there. So 110% means 120% of the rate we are going to pay. So like that we are going to pay according to his amount. Is it clear? So go through once whatever the text is there. According to that, you can go through.